Alright everybody, welcome to episode 25 of the Roundup. Business end of the season, Dak, my boy, it's getting exciting.
It's getting nerve-wracking. There's heartbreak, there's triumph. It's business part of squeaky bum time, as Fergie used to call it, mate.
It's brilliant, it's just so many big results that we'll get ourselves in about it. We'll start with the south of Scotland, get that cup nonsense out of the way first. Arthurlie 0, Bonnyrigg 1, Beath 0, Bo'ness United 1, Cumnock 0, Petershill 1, Meda 1, Calvert 3, Maple 1, Darvel 4, Vale Leaving 3, Thornywood 0, Sauchie 5, Troon 1, University of Stirling 1, Pollock 3. Start with the Arthurlie one. That was probably the big game of the day in terms of the cup games. Arthurlie playing Bonnyrigg, who have already won the Lowland League. That's
I don't think they've won it yet.
I'm sure I seen it last week they'd won it.
I think they're in the playoffs for some reason, but when I seen that, the guy from Bobby Holmes.
You have to win the league to get into the playoff.
I know, but it's weird because I thought they'd won the league, but then
they're going to win it anyway if they've no.
Aye, 100%. But I heard Robbie Holmes.
That shows how good Arthurlie are. Losing 1-0 to a team who are potentially going to be a couple of leagues above them next season, or already a couple of leagues above them now. But I think that's quite a good result. It's a shame for Arthurlie. I think 22 games. 22 games they won in a row, which is a club record.
Yeah.
That was it, sadly coming to an end yesterday. But what a season they've had, man.
Some season, and I think even the biggest Arthurlie fans and the biggest supporters of the club, they were never going to go the full season unbeaten. You know what I mean? They were coming up against a very, very good outfit that have got the opportunity to get into the leagues, basically, the senior leagues. So they're flying. I think it says it all in all. The Bonnyrigg goalie get man of the match. But I don't know if that's just for his penalty save alone, because when I watched Robbie Holmes' interview, he said that Arthurlie didn't have many chances in the second half and that, but I know he's pulled off a penalty save for Gary Carroll, so I take it that just based on that, Mark Weir's had man of the match. But that says it all for Arthurlie. They can hold their heads up high. They've obviously given the right scare. They've been unfortunate, either not to take it to penalties or maybe win the game if they score their penalty. So they've done really, really well against one of the top opposition and probably one of the strongest teams in the competition. And they'll keep fighting. They've got a big game next week in the quarters of the Scottish Cup, and they'll go again. I mean, one defeat's certainly no disgrace.
But to the highest ranked team in the competition.
I know, that's what I'm saying, mate. They're a very good side, as you say, mate.
Was it last year that they beat Dundee in the Scottish?
After extra time, wasn't it?
I mean, that's a quality team you're playing against.
No, did they beat them?
No, I think they got beat, but they pushed them in extra time.
They got beat in extra time, but
even if it had,
I think, but Dundee scored right at the very end to take it to extra time. I think they were literally like a minute or even probably less for winning the game. So they're a very good organised side. I think their results, because a lot of people thought Celtic and Rangers Colts would probably be the top two in that league, and they've absolutely stormed it themselves. So they're a good side. So no disgrace for Arthurlie.
Moving on, I'm going to the first couple of games of the day will be the West against the Lowland League teams. Beath losing 1-0 to Bo'ness. I thought Beath might have a wee chance at home to maybe get something after them, but it's a good side they were playing. It's one goal in it. It's not a terrible result. I know Butch will be disappointed, but it's not the end of the world. It's been a middle of the road type season for Beath, but it's an alright result to be fair considering who they're playing against.
I think that, I'll be honest, I think that their teams were quite disappointing at the weekend against the teams for the other leagues in the Lowland League and that, because yourself and me were very much think that their teams are the kiddies. So apart from maybe I'd say Pollock, because I think Troon's obviously lost heavily against Sauchie. Arthurlie have lost, which was a tough game, and Beath have lost as well. So it's not one of the best day at the office for the West teams, mate.
Nah, it's been a bit disappointing. Moving on to the Pollock game, good win against the University of Stirling, who are Lowland League side, not one of the top teams, but it was quite a comfortable win in the end. I mean, their goal was just a a freak back pass for Brian Wharton, you know what I mean? Completely underhit it. You see if his reaction, he drops to his knees basically right after it. But that was a comfortable win. But do you know what I was impressed with? See, it was at Dunny Pace. Mate, see how much better Dunny Pace looks now than it did last time I was there?
Yeah,
Looks class, man. Looks brilliant.
They've put a bit of dough into it, haven't they, man? They've got it really good. But on the game, it's a good result for Pollock, because Pollock in the last couple of weeks have maybe they didn't want the Rails to go off their season just by the the 2 league results against Arvo and Talbot. For them, it gives them a really big interest, and they're still very much in the mix in the league as well. So that's exactly what Murday have been looking for. It's a tough place going away from home to a Lowland League club. University of Stirling will be a fit young team, and they've done well. Probably comfortable until they've gave away the goal. But listen, man, Harry Maguire's 80 million quid, man. You see him try to defend the day.
Oh, mate.
I mean, so you're not going to hammer Brian for a short back pass, not me, because
we've all done it, I know.
Well, everybody
he's done it. He's done it in a game that they were winning anyway. It's not like he's done it against a Talbot or a Darvel last minute and cost it. It's just a wee mistake that he gets away with this time.
Yeah.
Moving on to the big one for our league, Meda playing a Talbot for the 900th time this season, and a Talbot winning for the 900th time this season against them. 3-1 win. They're always quite close games when the two of them meet. I can imagine Spence and Latta are quite pissed off with the fact that they've lost 5 times to Talbot. But that's what they're like. It's a hard team to beat.
I was actually going to say they'll be sick of the sight of each other, but probably know the Talbot fans in that because they've won the games. But listen, it's Talbot, man, isn't it, man? Honestly, I don't know what much else to say about them, man. They go through the cup rounds, they win the games in the league, but Meda pushed them well, but it's just that. They've just got the wee sign element there. They've got that. What is it, the Indian sign?
They've just got that element. Going to move to the one we spoke about there, we touched on, the Socky one. Obviously, I've not seen Socky play in years. I think I've only ever seen them play once. Troon have been flying. I didn't really expect that result. I thought it would have been a tight game, but I didn't expect a 5-1 doing.
I think that the league's priority for every team, and that's not just for our teams, it's for the other teams as well. But I don't know what's happened there, because Troon have been very good of late. They've been solid defensively, they're winning their games, so the outside that looks a bit of doing, but listen, it's not going to be all and end all for Troon, and it'll know it's the run that they've been on's been absolutely outstanding, so they're not going to let a cup result put any dampeners on it. But it was a bit of a shock how heavily they've lost the game. Another
shock for me, they're leaving beating Thorneywood 3-0. I don't know if Thorneywood have put a weaker side to focus on league.
Thorneywood get 3 men centre half.
Well, there you go then. That's what's happened.
I think it was like 1-0 and they got a guy centre half, and I don't know how the scoring went, but they finished the game with 8 men, mate.
That's bad.
So I think they've lost one, and it's 1-0. It's a penalty. I don't know if it was a penalty and the man's been sent off. So that was one I looked at, and the way Thorneywood have been playing, they've been a breath of fresh air in their conference, to be quite honest with you. Is that good news
for you next week? Does that mean?
I don't know how it'll work with the suspensions. I don't really know how it'll work with the suspensions, but we played Thorneywood, and I think they had a few players out the first time we played them, and the guys that they brought in done really well, and they gave us a bit of doing that day, and we played them on Saturday. So I wouldn't read too much into if we've got boys suspended, to be honest, but they'll be looking to bounce back next week against us, which is maybe not a good thing, not me.
I'm just going to quickly run through the last couple of results, because we've got nearly a full card this week. We've not really got to get through everybody that we have been able to the last couple of weeks. Good one for Darvel, continuing their great run, 4-1 against Mabel. Issue for Darvel for me is that's another game added on. I mean, they're sitting, I think they've still got 15 or 16 league games or something stupid like that. They got 17 league games they've got left.
Scary amount of games,
mental, and they're still in the cup and stuff. Good one for Petershill against Cumnock, beating a Premier League team, showing that they're of that quality.
They've got a young team out, mate. I think they drafted in a lot of
21s.
Aye, so it's very good
result for them. Right, we'll move on to league action. Friday night game, Kilwinning 0, Cumnock 3. Saturday games, Rossvale 1, Robroy 0, Blantyre 2, Bonnyton 0, Hurlford 0, Glenafton 2, Glencairn 1, Largs 1. Going to start with the Friday night game. That's a great result for Cumnock. Straney will be really disappointed with his team, but that's a really good result. Cumnock have been, that's the last few games now. They've won 3 in a spin, scoring a lot of goals as well, which is impressive on their part.
Getting working his magic, mate. Told you, mate. I told you it would come. I think we did say that it would be a matter of time. The last 3 results for them have been absolutely outstanding. I think you can see for social media and stuff, the people are really getting behind them now, and I think they were for the start anyway. But everybody's getting behind them. The players are buying into it. It's another great result. 3 goals, clean sheet. They were down to 10 men as well.
Aye.
Brilliant result.
Did you see the sending off incident?
No, I've not seen it, mate.
That was pretty much the only. Nobody really had their highlights up the day, which was a bit of pain because I never saw much yesterday. Obviously, I was out and then I was feeling sorry for myself lying on the couch. And I thought I'd watch the highlights, and hardly anybody had any highlights. But the Cumnock player is, you know what, Kilwinning have got that stand at the side. The
Cumnock player or something,
aye, so he's right beside it, and then the Kilwinning players come in the back of him, and the boy's at the park, and he just melts him right into it. And then I think Kel McCausland gets sent off. He's just went steaming in, which if he's your teammate, you're going to do. I thought it was quite a cowardly move for the Kilwinning player. I didn't know who did it, but it wasn't very good, man. He just smashed the boy into the side when the boy wasn't even looking at him. So it was I thought it was poor form.
I can't comment, mate. I've not seen it, to be honest with you. And you know, I normally stick the fence anyway, but I hand in heart haven't seen it. But I can't comment, mate. So I'm not to say.
But on the game, apparently Cumnock were excellent. The highlights were quite short. Most of the highlights were covered by the fact that that incident happened, and that was a big chunk of it. But it's another great result. Kilwinning, I get the feeling Kilwinning will probably just want this season to finish. They've had a solid season, sitting 4th place now, but they've no won a game. Sorry, they've won 1 out of the last 6 in the league, so it's been a really tough wee spell for them.
I think that they need a wee result just to get them going again, and they'll be hoping that comes sooner rather than later. Cumnock on the other hand are looking up the way. I think they're not. I think they're more than safe now with their points total and stuff. And I think Gints and HE and that will be looking up above and seeing how high they can finish and wanting to finish the season in the high. So that's
them sitting the new. So they're sitting on 42 points, 43 points, sorry, and they are 12 points clear the relegation. With the way they're playing the new, they'll pick up more points. I can't see them. They're like
no danger, mate. No danger, mate. The Friday night was Roseville.
That Friday night as well.
That was Friday, mate.
That was a good result for them.
Brilliant, mate.
I was going to start with Blantyre and Bonnyton, but we'll stay on Rossvale and Rob Roy. I still think it's too late for Rossvale, but that was a good win. A bad loss for Rob Roy, who have been doing pretty well. They'll be disappointed with it.
I agree. I think Rossvale, it's just maybe a wee bit too late, but you never know if they put a run together. Do you know what I mean? It's no mathematically, but what that will do is because it's that local, they were billing it the Eastern Bartonshire Derby. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. Roseville are a bit here, there and everywhere in the last few years. But no, they're dubbing it there. And that's brilliant for them, brilliant for their confidence, brilliant for Jamie and his players. Logie boy getting on the score sheet. Played with Logie at the Rock, man. He's a good character as well. He knows where the back of the net is. Good result for them. Confidence will be high. Maxie will be disappointed. I think Roseville were down to 10 men as well. So Maxie will be disappointed that they've not picked up points here because they've been on good runs of form and picking up good wins, and that'll be one that they were maybe looking at and saying, if we can get 3 points there, it gets us 3 points closer to safety. But they'll go again, and they've shown that they can go to hard places and top teams in the league and pick up results. So they'll know. Maxie will not let it get them doing too much.
Nah, I don't think so. A rare win for Blantyre, bottom of the table, clash with Blantyre and Bonnyton 2-0. Gibby will be happy with that. Bonnyton are officially relegated. I had a wee look at it. They can't even get out. Like, even if they win every single game and result went for them, they still wouldn't be enough.
Tell you what, that's a good result for Blantyre after Bonington beating Glenafton the week before.
I know. But that's the good thing. The two of them are still in the kind of battle and picking up points now. Where, but Gibby will be happy with that. It's
delighted for Gibby, mate. Really, I'm delighted for Gibby because what Gibby has at his resources is nothing compared to probably 95% of the teams in that league, probably even more. And I think that every year he's got to lose his best players. We've spoken about it. So the job that he's done there and having him having him in that league is absolutely unbelievable, mate. So I'm delighted for the boys and I'm delighted for Gibby because it's a long old season for them and it's nice for them to get that win and get that winning feeling because they've just kept plodding along and they've had to take lots of defeats along the way. So delighted for everybody at Blantyre, man. That's a good day for them. Well done.
That was a good result. Well done. Other game, Glencairn and Largs. Largs, obviously, they're still fighting the now. Glencairn, they've kind of been drawn into it a wee bit, I think.
Aye, that's two teams that I think that you can tell there was a bit at stake in that game, that they've not wanted to lose it. And the two of them have drew. There's been a lot at stake because, as you say, Glencairn in the last couple of weeks have just slowly dropped their levels and they've kind of fell down a wee bit. And Largs are in the scrap as well. So that kind of shows that that's two tight, close teams and no much between them. And neither of the two of them wanted to lose that game. And the two of them will probably at the end of the game be happy to take something for the game, a point each, and then move on to the next one.
Well, the thing is, you're looking the now. The bottom seven are Bonnyton, Blantyre, Cumbernauld, Rossfield, Glenafton, Kilbirnie, and Rob Roy. Obviously, Blantyre and Bonnyton are gone. I still think that Cumbernauld, I know they've got a lot of games. I think they're done as well. And I think Rossfield are. For Glenafton, they've got 30 points up to, I'd say, possibly even the Bens, but I think they'll be safe. 39 points. You're kind of they're all going to be fighting out each other to try and kind of avoid that bottom seven spot. So make it interesting, to be fair.
The one thing is, it's interesting. Every game matters, mate. There's no deep rubbers in there, not me.
No,
really. There's everything. Every point counts.
I said to you, obviously, and I put it on the Twitter that I was watching the season preview the day because I was like, I can't find the book that I've got that I wrote the result what we predicted in, and I was like, I'll have a wee look at it. We've not done too well in the bottom teams to go down.
Have we not?
We've not done overly well, but there's a couple of leagues where we've done well in it. We've nailed it. But that's for another time. Yes. Moving on to Conference A. Glasgow Uni won.
You didn't hang me, mate. Need to touch on Glenafton, mate. New management team.
Mate, completely missed in there. My mistake.
New management team. Congrats to Ryan and Mark Roberts getting the job there. But I think that it's a tremendous appointment, a big appointment with Glenafton. Two big names, Neilston, two big names in football. What a start for them, mate.
Mm-hmm.
One thing the jury's out, but is on Ryan Stevenson. Clobber, mate.
Going to comment on it. Was it? I don't know. They must not have got their kind of training kit back after the previous management team. Because he's on that side with him, Prada.
Don't get me wrong, mate. Don't get me wrong. I've seen Ryan on the BBC and that, and he likes to wear the extravagant gear and that, but that's a heavy.
Prada and a pair of black work cargos.
But listen, it doesn't matter what you wear, mate. See, when you start off your management reign with a victory and a clean sheet, mate, then you can wear what you want, mate. I would be running about in a Tim Flip, mate.
Technically, Mark Roberts is a former teammate of mine. I mean, he'll not remember.
Mark Roberts.
He'll not remember.
What an assistant you have, man.
No. What a player he
was.
He's
got his A licence and all that, know what I mean? Unbelievable.
I was at Airdrie at the time. I was 16 or something, and I played in the reserves with him a few times, and he's just bonkers, man. Like,
yeah, here's one
funny guy.
See the next time we speak to Glenafton, right? And hand on heart, if Mark Roberts can remember you as a teammate, I will buy you, or I'll ask Ryan Stevenson how much he wants for that Prada body warmer, mate, right?
Mate, you know that's not my style.
But well done to them, and congrats, all the best in getting the job, mate. What a result, man. That's a great appointment if they want to stay up. That'll give them a jag, definitely.
Right, Conference A, Glasgow Uni 1, Shotts 4, Bellshill 1, Girvan 2, Craigmark 3, Maryhill 1, Forth 0, Whitlets 0, Borough 4, Irvine Vics 1. Shotts beating Glasgow Uni. Glasgow Uni have been doing quite well recently. A wee chance for Shotts to close the gap against Arthurlie. I mean, we've made it pretty well known that we think that Arthurlie are going to win the league regardless. But Shotts are doing everything they can. I mean, 23 games they've played, they've won 20 and lost 3. I mean, that's a great season they've had to.
I looked at the league and see if you're a Shotts fan, right, or a Shotts player in the management, and you're sitting with that record, you're going, how are we no top of the league?
No.
And they deserve loads of credit because they just do not give up. What an attitude they've got. An attitude to win games, an attitude just to constantly put the pressure on Arthurlie. And I tell you what, they're giving Arthurlie no room for error. I tell you what, they're doing tremendously well and they're making it as exciting as possible. So it's well done to Shotts, by the way.
Aye. On our predictions at the start of the season, we differed on this. You had Shotts to win and I had Arthurlie to win.
Aye.
And it's, I know obviously one is over right, one is over wrong, but yeah, it was completely spot on with the two of them just running away with, because I think we mentioned that we thought the two of them would run away with it.
Aye.
But at the moment you're sitting spot on with the bottom three. Yeah, the bottom three predicted correctly. Decent game for me. Was one I was quite interested in was Craigmark and Maryhill. Two good sides that are right up there. Craigmark have leapfrogged Maryhill now, but I've got a few games in hand. I think Maryhill were 1 up, and then Craigmark have kind of obviously went through and seen the game out. I think that we've kind of mentioned it a wee bit, but I think the job that Caddis has done at Craigmark is ridiculous. I don't know if they've maybe a wee injection of cash to be able to bring in a better quality player or whatever, but the job he's done for where they've been, it's a bit like Sean with Ardea. The job that they've done, because Craigmark were always whipping boys to go and be a really strong team.
Aye.
Inside, you know what I mean?
There's no doubt he's done a tremendous job, and for them to finish in the top 4 and end up in that championship or first division, whatever it's going to be called, the second top league is the first division to be called, right? Aye, first division. They'll be in the first division, which is tremendous for them. I think where Ryan is, I think Ryan's played at a good level, so Ryan's probably popular amongst these players. This is me just speaking out the outside. So with Ryan being a young manager, he's got loads of contacts in the game and all that, but he's doing great work there. And I feel a wee bit for Maryhill. I just think that they've had a tough run and a tough few weeks, and they've played against all the better sides in the league and that, and they've maybe just not had the rub of the green. But take nothing away from Craigmark, to get themselves ahead, and it looks as if they're going to finish that the top 4 will be a tremendous achievement. Everybody connected at the club, and what a league they're in next year.
Definitely. Two teams that, well, Forth have dropped half a wee bit now, but two teams that are kind of up there. Whitlets have found out a wee bit sticky the last couple of games. Of last 4 they've drawn 3 and lost 1. So Poppy's had the dream start, but they're a good side.
Aye, they're
going to keep pushing on.
They're solid. They're just not scoring as many goals, aren't they? Now.
Big one for me is, I know you expect them to win, is the Borough beating Irvine Vics 4-1, which puts them into 4th spot. They've got a game in hand on Whitlets in 3rd place with the 4 points behind them. So that's going to be quite interesting, because Craigmark have got 4 games in hand on Whitlets and they're only 7 points behind. So I think the 3 of them will be fighting out for that 3rd place.
So Craigmark are in 4th yet?
No, but the likelihood is they will go into the top 4, because they're 3 games in hand on the Borough and they're only 3 points behind them.
Right, my mistake. I thought they'd already got themselves into the top 4. Owen Johnston Borough, mate, because you spoke about them. Their run's been tremendous, absolutely tremendous, and they're on absolute fire, mate. They're on fire. Jamie and his boys are picking up one after one after one. So, fair play to Johnston Borough.
I know, definitely.
You're right, you get
right. Aye, I don't know what's wrong with you.
My arm hurts.
Right, okay. I don't know how that's happening. You're sitting on the couch. Right, go and sit down. Girvan beating Bellshill 2-1. I know, mate. It's just what it's like, man. This is how serious and professional we are. That.
Listen, mate.
Mate, she's been asking me if she can be on the podcast. Aye, baby monitor, you need it.
Get her in, mate. Get her in.
Anna, you want to come on the podcast? Yeah. Right, come on for a wee second, right?
Want to speak to your Uncle Dak.
Right, come here. Right. You say hello.
Hello.
Anna, how you doing, pal? You
missing
good?
Tooth.
You good?
You alright?
Yeah.
How did you get that missing tooth? Hopefully not kissing the boys.
Mm.
No, no chance.
Right.
I mean, your Uncle Dak will go down there and give them some jelly noses.
Right, you say bye to Dak and go and sit down, right?
Bye-bye.
See you later, honey.
So Bellshill Girvan 2-1. Girvan, that's a kind of game that doesn't really matter a great deal in terms of what the importance of the league. So we'll move on to Conference B on the next page. Ashfield 0, St Carrick's 2, Dorai 6, the Fort 0, Kello 1, Glasgow United 1, Newmains 1, Greenock 0, Renfrew 2, Gartcairn 3, Royal Albert 0, Cambuslang 6. That will start with Ashfield. How did that go yesterday?
It's been a tight one. It's 75 minutes, 0-0. St Caddick's have scored through Dykes, and then they've scored right at the very end, a sloppy goal on their part. But I think the game wasn't a great game, to be honest with you. But they've showed that wee bit of quality in the last 15 minutes and ended up winning the game. So well done to them. I think we've had a few wee half chances along the way as well, but can't take it away from St Caddick's. They've won the game.
What do you think? What do you think? Because obviously he's had this against Cambuslang a couple of months ago. Two of the top teams, so you're losing to them. It's not like it's a discredit to yourselves.
Yes.
What do you think's been happening? The fact that you're getting to that late stage and you've not been able to see it out for a draw.
Putting me in the spot, aren't you?
A big time. It's like an interview here. I'm putting you
in the spot. You're playing against good sides, PG, right? Good quality players that can open you up. Not that. All the boys are very good. They give everything, right? Absolute everything. It's just a wee something, man, and I don't know what it is, mate. But we beat the teams that we should be beating, and we don't beat the teams up above or the better teams in the league. And I think, to be honest with you, where we're sitting in the league is probably fair, because that's where we're at. We're just middle of the road, but we're basically going to. It looks as if one more point will be enough mathematically to get us into Division 2 next year, right? Which is going to be a promotion as such for where we were at the start. And for myself and Maxie, it'll be a brilliant way to finish at Ashfield, because that'll be a good league next year. Right. I hope we've got 4 games left. Need a point mathematically, but I hope we get it sooner rather than later. I believe in the boys. The gaffer believes in the boys. We've got 4 big games between the end of the season, so hopefully we can see where we go.
If you finish in the same place, you're promoted.
Yes.
Right, you're already promoted then.
Well, we've got we're jointing points with Port, and they've not got any games left. So I think it's fair. I think we're at 32 goals ahead of them. So technically, if we lost the 4 games with more than 32 goals, then Port would finish above us.
Right. So you're nearly.
I'm trying to be
diplomatic
about it. We still need a point mathematically. That's what we're telling the boys. That's what we're saying as a club and a management team, because you don't want to leave nothing down.
Yeah, but the Port, I don't know what's happened to them yesterday. I mean, I know
it's my result of the day, and I'm sorry to the Port, mate. It's my result of the day, because just for what it meant to us and selfish reasons for Dalry, mate, because it's a tremendous result.
It's a doing. I mean, the Port are kind of an up and down side, and we spoke about this previously, where they can go and beat the top teams in the league and stuff because they've got it in them.
I'm surprised, mate, because they drew with St Caddick's the week before.
I know, and then you go and lose 6 goals to Dorai.
But listen, let's not take it away from Dorai, because if any of the teams deserve the results they got this weekend, then it's Newmains and Dalry, because Dalry have had the very tough start. They've night and day for where they were at the start of the season under Chris and his management team, and the boys deserve a lot of credit. There's good young players down there. A boy, I think it was Jason Stewart, got a hat-trick, so well done to him. and they'll want to finish the season strongly. But that's my result of the day, and that's just due to selfish reasons, because we didn't quite get the result yesterday, and they've done us a favour, which
I'm going to...
Because I text Chris through the week and asked him, he does a wee turn, and he did.
That was good.
So he's that man, he's word.
He's an actual man.
He is, he's well and welcome.
Since you've picked Dalry as your result of the day, I'm going to go for the other Inverclyde team getting beat as my result of the day. New Mains winning 1-0.
Yeah.
Been clearly a marked improvement for them. For Davies went in. I mean, it's mad that you can turn it around. So I'm not saying they've turned the corner completely, but that's 3 good results in a row. Even though they lost the previous 2. They're good.
He's got them organised, mate. But outside looking in, he's got them organised. He's made an impact. He's done well, mate. So I think that's a brilliant result. Greenock have got a lot to play for. Greenock had still had aspirations to finish in the top 4, mate. And for them, with the new management team in there, don't get me wrong, but for Greenock will bounce back. They've got a lot still to play for. But for Nixon and that, it shows them what the level's all about, because they had the higher one in the game with the penalties, and then now you have to deal with the lows when it's not quite your day, because I think they've had a lot of chances. I think they've hit the woodwork a couple of times in that, but it's just football, mate. Sometimes you get these days, mate, where it just doesn't matter what you do, it's just not going to happen for you. And I think that's by all accounts what's happened at Greenock. But take nothing away from New Mains. As I said, New Mains and Dalry deserve tremendous amount of praise this week, because they've had their tough spells throughout the season, so it's nice to see them getting their day and their victories. Well done to Davey, because that's his first win in his reign, mate, and I'm delighted for him because he's a good guy.
On the other teams in the bottom, no shock with Cambuslang beating Royal Albert, 6-0 comfortable win. Cambuslang 5 points is it they need?
Cambuslang can win it next weekend, but it all depends.
If
Gartcairn don't beat Glasgow United, I think they might play. I might be wrong, but I don't think that's who they play, Glasgow United, but it might well be. But Cambuslang, they could win it next week if results go their way, but I don't think they'll win it next week. I might be wrong, but I think I would like to see them doing it when they know what to do, rather than depending on our result, because that's what the players deserve.
That's what 5 points between the two.
Still to play each other. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
I looked at the fixtures today. They're still to play each other.
That's interesting. And I think Scott Williamson has went to 48 goals.
Another hat-trick, mate.
Mental the amount of goals that boy scored. Cambuslang are only 3 goals shy of 100 goals as well in the league. I mean, it's still a clean sheet as well.
See, it sums them up, mate. Look who all scored for them at the weekend, right? Scott Williamson get 3, Anson get a double, and John Gemmell scored, mate. That's your firepower, mate, and they've scored some amount of goals between them. I think Big John Gemmell's went to 99 goals, I think. No, he's on and on, and then Scotty's doing 48 for the season. So, they've been brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
This is what I'm going to put out to anybody listening, if they know. Who was the last person, or has anybody ever scored 50 goals in a season in the juniors? If anybody knows, give us a wee shout just so we know, because I think it'd be quite interesting, because I think it's an incredible achievement.
Big Cal, mate. Big Cal would have hit 50 for us that season, mate. Get cut short with COVID, mate. He was on about 40.
Mental, isn't it?
42. He would have 100% smashed the 50 barrier, mate, that season.
Mad.
That's for an hard chat, mate.
That's Callum was your score for putting that in for him.
That would have been another promotion for me and Maxie, mate, because we were 100% going to finish top 2 that season. Till COVID came, stung us.
You're probably going to be able to do it anyway, mate. That's probably the worst thing that happened in COVID, was you not getting that. Everything else happened in the world didn't matter. Paled in comparison to you not getting second. What? Right, Conference C. Drumchapel 3, Kilsyth 1, East Kilbride 0, Lanark 2, the Ants 1, Avila Clyde 1, the Rock 1, Yoker 2, Wishaw 2, Neilston 2. Have Neilston blown it? Is that top spot gone for them?
Pains me to say it, mate. I don't like saying it, but I think that's just the one, especially after last week and this week's result. I think that's maybe just been a result just to kill it a wee bit for them, not me.
It's them 8 points back for Drumchapel with a game in hand. and they are 4 behind Petershill, and Petershill have got a game in. I've got a game in hand on them. It's no deed, but it's going to be really, really difficult.
I think it's
too
just
much.
I think the last 2 weeks has just been unfortunate for them in a wee bit. It's just maybe knocked the stuffing out them. You know what I mean? I think the 3-horse race is now became a 2-horse race, and it's now between the Drum and Peasy, mate.
Yep. On the Drum, 3-1 against Coastside. Good result. Sorry, before we go on that, well done to Wishaw. Another excellent result for Dunny.
Mm-hmm.
The turnaround's incredible.
Yeah.
Clearly Spud was the issue. But it's another cracking result for them. Drumchapel beating Coastside 3-1. That's a huge result for me. That just keeps the pressure on Petershill. Petershill are still winning all the time, obviously. Up to 16 in the bounce it is now. Continuing their club record. But that's a few 1-0s. And I find that when teams are winning by 1-0 quite a lot, there's something going to slip soon.
I don't know if the Drum have got a league game this week, because Peasy are playing in the Scottish Cup and all, so I don't know if it's a chance for the Drum to put a wee bit more of a squeeze on them. I don't know, because I know the Drum are only far away finishing their games here.
Only 2 games left.
2, right. So if they play on Saturday, which, as I say, I don't know at this moment in time, and Peasy have got the Scottish Cup, Scottish Junior Cup, then it's a chance for them to put the ball into Peasy's court and see what they've got. But what Petershill have shown this season is they can handle it. So it'll be an interesting finish. And I don't know, it might be a wee twister turn along the way. So we'll need to wait and see.
When was that game? When was it that Neilston are playing the Rock? Is that Friday night game?
No, it's not the Rock. Is it no the Rock and Peasy?
Sorry, no Neilston. Sorry, I meant Petershill. When is that?
I don't know. I don't know the date yet.
We'll need to have a look, because that's one we'll need to try.
The end of March or April?
Aye, it's one we'll need to try and get to. Good one for Lanark, 2-0. The results have been picking up a wee touch for them recently. Obviously, it's too late for them to do it in the league, but it looks like their management now are starting to get their message through, because they're starting to play or get better results anyway. So it was another good one, because I know East Kilbride haven't had an amazing season, but they're a decent young side.
You there, mate?
Did I stop moving? Did I stop?
Were you talking for that full time there?
Aye, mate.
I lost you for about 15, 20 seconds.
Really? Well, I'll need to edit that then.
I think I know what you were saying, mate, because I've been doing this with you now for a while, but Lanark, mate, great result. They're doing well.
Definitely.
Because they beat Rob Roy in the Cup in the midweek on penalties to come for 2-0 down to 2 each in the last 10 minutes. It's unbelievable. And then they've had a great result on Saturday. So Simon is getting his impact. He's starting to work his magic with the boys.
Mate, you've got this telepathy, and that's literally what I just said. Aye.
I hope that when they're recording that you're still worked, so that we can see that, mate.
So we can do it. The Yoker, good result against the Rock. It's been a poor season for Yoker. Again, results have been getting a wee bit better for them. I think that next year they'll be a better side. But that was a big result for them. And
great result, because they were getting beaten off.
Yep.
I think as well for Yoker, they get a Scottish Cup on Saturday as well, and they're away up to Aberdeen. So I wish them all
is it Dice they've got?
Dice, mate. So their season's not done when they've got that in the back burner as well.
Definitely. Last result we'll touch on for the Conference C. The Ants, well done on their promotion.
Yes.
I think I might be right. No doubt Martin McKenna will correct me if I'm no. But I think this might only be the second promotion that the Ants have had in the last 15, 16 years or something like that. So it's a big result for them. Danny, Ronnie, Stevie, great job they've done.
Yeah.
Excellent result.
I think that it's been actually a very good way for them to do it. I know Danny will maybe not agree, because they've conceded a penalty and went 1-0 down in the 90th minute. And I think that he's maybe thinking, no, we need to wait and other results, and it's out with our horns, which you never like as a manager or even the players. But then for them to show the character and bounce back and score a 94th minute winner, equaliser, is amazing. So it's how good that would have been at the end for them, because they've actually done it and they've carried out the result. But that just sums up the Ants right for me this season. They've took a couple of hard knocks and they've just bounced back, mate. They've just got back up swinging, and I think that is typical, and that's everything that you would think the Ants stand for me anyway. For all my time at this level of football is with the Ants, you always thought they'll work hard, they'll run for each other, they'll fight for each other, they'll dig for each other, they'll give everything, blood, sweat and tears, and they'll wear their heart on their sleeve. And I think that basically that's what they've done this year. And they've had good bits of quality. Well done to them, because resources, you've not got them. Well done to everybody at the Ants, and it means now we've praised them a lot this year.
Well, mate, on the season preview, we predicted that the Ants would have a good year.
Did we?
We did. I didn't remember saying that, but we predicted they'd have a good year. So sometimes we get it right.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think we're not too bad. You need to remember, right, and this is, I'm putting this out here, right. See, for PG and that, right, we're covering a level where we rely heavily on the information that we get from clubs. And that some clubs, their Twitters are good, some of them aren't good, then could be doing a wee bit of improvement. Instagram, Twitters, even speaking to people. So we're not always going to get it right, mate. A lot of it's guesswork, mate, as well. And we try our very best, mate, to educate ourselves as much as possible with the players and the teams and the goings on at every club, mate. So we do try our best, mate. You know what I mean?
You're right. That's beautiful words, beautiful words.
Beautiful words, mate. I'm a poet and I don't even know it.
That's it. I mean, it's excellent. We're moving on to Division 4, so I can get her to her bed, because I'm always going to bust when she comes in for work if she's still awake.
Wait, listen, let's just tie it up. Division 4's done, mate.
Right.
St. Peter's had a good day out down at Campbeltown. Well done to them. They've been doing there, they've won, they've probably done a good sparring. Pat's probably grown an afro amount of time before we get back for there, mate. And that's it, mate. Call it. Get them into bed, mate. Make sure you're on the bad books.
Well done, mate. That was it. That was a good finish.
Well done.
On last week's episode, the response we've had for that has been something else. We really appreciate all the nice messages that he's gave us for ourselves and for Azza. Incredible stuff that he's done there, and he did a 30-mile walk for Parkhead to the Spaghetti Had today as well, or last night he did it.
Mate, what a boy, and a very tough story. And I think that I'm delighted with the messages that we've had about the plaudits that he's got and the charity I've got, mate, and the work that they do, mate. I'm delighted for them, because he deserves it personally, and they deserve it. And I hope that if anybody's struggling or anybody wants any wee chat, Uncle Dax DMs or ask for my number, I'm happy to dish out my number anyway to anybody. You want a bit of daftness, you want a bit of chat, you want to take your mind off things, PG and Dak are always available for it.
We are indeed. So have a good week. We should be recording another episode next week as well. Now that's us back in the swing. It should be a good one too. So that's another week done. Have a cracker, people.
Get them into bed. See you later, groups.
See you after.
Take it easy.